Hey everybody, welcome back to the Neal and Neal podcast. I'm Neal.
I'm Neal.
That's Neal. But
Yes.
that was probably loud on the mic. But must say,
Yes.
newly crowned
Yes.
heavyweight champion of the world, jiu-jitsu
Yes.
black belt master.
Yes.
There it is.
Yes, I did. I finally. It has been a
Yeah, get your
long
mic.
time coming, but yeah.
How long did it take you to get the black belt?
I think I've been doing jiu-jitsu since what, 09? So
Well,
damn,
yeah.
shit, I've been doing jiu-jitsu for like 15 fucking years.
Yeah. Now, originally
man.
you started doing it because of
Because I was
MMA.
fat as fuck. No.
Oh no, you just started doing it because you was fat.
Well,
you weren't.
dude, I was almost 270.
I know. I saw pictures.
Dude,
you
I was
were
almost-
you were big, but it was evenly distributed throughout your body.
Yeah.
But you were still 270.
I mean, I look like one of those newly retired NFL linemen
You
where they're
did.
still
like a
big.
linebacker.
Yeah,
like
but
a linebacker
they
that retires and goes, man, I just ate ice cream and cupcakes this off
That's
season.
kind of what I was doing. Yeah, I was eating so much because I just finished playing football, and then we had a kegerator in the house, and so I was eating large pizzas and drinking beer like constantly. So I blew up from like 225 or so to almost 270. Then I split 2 pairs of pants in 2 weeks, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this isn't gonna work." So
You do have a dump truck ass. Like it is. I mean, I'm just saying. Like I could see, because right now you got a big behind, and you're 205.
I'm like 210 or so right now.
Okay, so at 270,
Yeah.
I can imagine
Oh yeah, it was a lot back
that
there.
you may have had to buy women's jeans. Like,
Fuck you, Neil. Fuck you.
did you at any point in time consider going to like where the boutiques, the bazaars?
I needed my pants to have pockets, Neil. I would never
I
buy
know.
women's jeans.
You know, I was like 2 weeks ago, year old, when I found out that, I was like, somebody said, you got, these pockets are deep. I was like, what are you talking about? They're like you actually have pockets. And I went, yeah. And I felt inside of like girls' blue jeans pockets. And it goes, it's like this deep sometimes into, and I'm like, what the fuck do you do
You
with these?
never wait. You never realized women's jeans have the shittiest side pockets?
No, I did not. Because I'm like, I guess if I'm grabbing onto a girl, like not just
yeah.
grabbing
See,
onto
back
a
pockets.
random
But
girl.
no. You can fit your whole hand inside a back pocket. That makes sense. They have back pocket. That's why all of them keep their phone in their back pocket so they can fart on it.
No,
constantly.
that now
But-
I'm like, why would you put your phone? Oh, it's because you have literally a 2-fingered into the pocket.
Yep. Oh,
How
man.
the fuck did we get off on this?
I don't
We're
know.
talking about you being a ninja assassin. Okay, so
But bad as shit, man. When I split those pairs of pants too, it was in the dumbest fucking way possible too. Like once
at
getting
that point it doesn't matter.
no,
Like,
no,
if
no.
you split-
But see,
you
one
split
time
them,
it's
you
like,
split
oh, you bend over, you squat. No, once getting into the car, and the other time getting out of the car, and when getting in the car, the whole ass of my pants just blew up. It was
them. You had a
awful.
low ride car. Like, was it?
Yeah, I was stepping in and sitting in, and it just goes. It started in the crack of the seam, and it split and went all the way down and split in the middle, right behind my hamstring. It went halfway down my fucking leg. It split so bad.
Were you on the way to something? You
No, I
remember?
was pissed because I was leaving a Sprint store because these motherfuckers I ordered a phone, and I told the person on the phone that hey, send me the black one, not the pink one. And you, of course, which one do I get? I get the fucking pink one. So I take it to the store. I'm like, hey, let me get this switched out. And for some reason, they're like, we can't switch phones due to colors. For colors, what I was like, you just sent me this. Here's the box you sent it to me. You sent me the wrong one.
And the receipt showed
Yeah.
black.
And like, I don't know. I think they put pink on, but I was like, I told the person on the phone I wanted this. They gave me the wrong one. Why can't I just swip it here physically?
Man, that's why they don't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, fuck Sprint so bad. And so
Oh, yeah.
I angrily walk out. I sit in the car really fast, and as I'm sitting down in the car, boom! I was like, fuck! Like it just made that day so much worse.
Now I used to do that because I have split a pair of pants, but mine was a little bit different. I used to be really skinny, like 125
So
pounds.
what?
Hold on,
Wait,
hold on,
were
hold on,
your
hold
were
on.
your pelvis
No,
bones
no,
just
no,
slicing the
no,
jeans
no.
up or
I'm
something?
saying like I would try when I started actually working out and getting bigger by eating more and putting on more muscle.
Okay.
I would try to stretch some fucking pants for as long as I could before I had to go buy new ones. And so
Oh.
when you had man, I think no shit, I probably had a 28, 29-inch waist in high school at almost 6 foot.
Oh, whoa.
So
Ugh.
when I put on 70
Are you
pounds.
sure you didn't have an eating disorder?
Oh no, I did. I definitely had an
Okay.
eating disorder.
I'm just like, that is crazy.
Yeah. No, stress and depression and all these things that don't exist as a 90s child. You're just
Yeah.
you're not disciplined, or he just a little crazy.
Yeah.
Like
there it is.
whatever it is.
90s
but
teenagers,
yeah,
like, mental health. No.
Right.
He's just being a fucking pussy.
yeah, you just rub some fucking dirt on it, get
Yeah.
back out there, Junior.
Yeah.
But that was I dealt with it later,
Mhm.
but that stuff, and we have a friend who understands, because they do this too. But when depression and anxiety come down deep on you, you just don't want to do anything, and that means not eating,
Facts.
not nothing.
That's true.
And I didn't realize what I was doing until somebody was like, that's not okay, right? And I was like, no. And they were like, yeah. I think for lunch I would at school I'd have like 2 bags of chips and a drink. That was lunch, and thought that was fine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I was like, I don't understand why do you? I mean, I'm on like 125 pounds. That's big enough, right? And it wasn't.
Shit, man.
So yeah.
The shit we think is normal till somebody has to point it out to you.
Well, you get there's a lot of smart folk out in Terrell that. I mean, look at all the great people that there's one. I mean, but still. Well, actually, I take that back. There's a classmate of mine who did play in the NFL
Okay.
from my class.
There you go.
So wasn't a household name, but I'm like,
He still made it.
he's still
Just to
fucking
make
playing.
it to the. Do you
Yeah.
know how bad? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
You know
I
how
would. I
bad.
used to be able to. I used to tell people all the time. Do you know how good you have to be bad in the NFL?
Yeah, like you take any. I'm trying to think of who would be
Like
who's
Blake
considered-
Bortles. Think about Blake Bortles and how. Remember when he was like really fantasy relevant and everybody was just like trashing him because he was like he wasn't a great quarterback in the league, but he was like the number 5 fantasy quarterback because
right.
because it was the time
Yeah.
the Jaguars sucked.
I think
he
it
was not good.
What wasn't that when? Didn't somebody go down and he had to come in and finish?
No,
the
he
season?
was the starting quarterback for the Jaguars for several years.
Yeah.
And they were just not good. But at the same time, he had one of 32 starting jobs that,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it comes down to like people say, "Oh, he sucks." It's like
he sucks.
he sucks to NFL standards.
Yes.
But if you took
I want him on
Ryan Leaf and you put him out in the playground,
throw him
like,
at an intramural game.
he's
I want him
gonna
as my
be-
quarterback.
Yeah, he's going to be the number 1 pick of any position probably because he's 6'5", whatever. And yeah, there's a reason why he went number 1 in the NFL draft.
Dude.
Or even if you don't think he was number 1, he was going to get drafted at some point. Your fat ass can't, not you, but like, it's like, it's those same people that like, bro, you're 5'6", 325. Like, shut up.
But my mentality, bro, if you put me out there, like, I'd be unstoppable. Like, if you put me out there, I just need a chance, And it's just like,
I had friends like that too.
Nope. No, bro. Those mentality guys always true. I remember being in college playing football and talking to this dude about like he didn't play. He played a little bit in high school. I remember talking to him. And he was like, my mentality. I'm just small, but you get me out there on the field. I'm putting everything. I was like, well, And I remember talking to him. I didn't want to be mean to him or anything, but as he's telling me what he would do, and I was like, if you tried to do this, you would break yourself. Like you would get hurt immediately trying to do what you're telling me you want to do.
Yeah, I had a friend. We kind of lost. We kind of lost contact in person, but we kept in touch kind of on Xbox for a while.
Okay.
And he was like in his 30s, still talking about like, man, I could go out there and be the best corner in the league today. And I'm like, man, you shut up, okay? Like
you and your 5'7", 40 running ass are not gonna go out there and be a fucking corner.
Oh, I mean, he's maybe 5'6", 5'7".
I mean, he's corner size. Remember those old
NFL?
school?
No, we're not talking about old school. We talking about like. I remember back in the day, you'd have slot corners that were 5'7", 5'8". Not today. They're 6 foot and run a 4.2, and that's your small corner today.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know why? I'm not pointing at you. I'm sorry. I'm upset.
Okay.
Okay. I don't like drama unless
I like drama.
it depends.
I like watching drama.
I like drama in this sense.
I don't like being in it. I like watching.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm just like, I don't care that this man asks you on a date and he asks you to split the bill. Like that's not the kind of drama that I'm trying to keep up with. But so with video games, all right, I'm interested because we're both gamers.
Yes.
So Helldivers 2.
Okay.
Now, if you're not into video games, it's fine. You can still understand from a corporate white man greed aspect. Helldivers 2 kicked off, I think, back in August. It had a huge success. Was not expecting to be much of anything. Has a way bigger following. It's a $40 game. People were saying this is where the video game industry needs to go because they're giving us shit that we want to play.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go back about a week ago. And if you don't know, Helldivers 2 is on PlayStation and Steam. Steam is on PC. PlayStation is on PlayStation. The PSN,
yeah.
Right? The problem has now come up is that about a week ago or 3-4 days ago, somebody head up at Arrowhead, who developed the game, tweeted and said, hey, Steam users, the grace period of you not like already back not being able to having to log in with and essentially what happens, they said you have to log into a PSN account now moving forward as of May 31st.
Okay. What's okay?
So
what's the issue? Yeah.
Well, the issue is that as an American, there really isn't one.
Yeah.
Now, I have been a part of a Sony leak before. So me having to log into their account for a game that I purchased
They've
on
had
Steam.
multiple leaks too.
Right. And I've gotten the emails that have says, "Hey, your information may or may not log in here, see if your name," and I'm like, "Yep, that's fucking me."
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is that you're having to log into 2 separate accounts, and there are 170 countries, not states, countries. There's 170 countries where Steam is available, but not the PlayStation Network.
Ooh.
So what that means is that anybody who has purchased, now this is as of today, whatever is it, 5/8, I think it's May something.
Yeah.
But they're now trying to see what they can do because
You're just about to have people in like 90 something countries.
170 countries
that
where
don't have PlayStation. Just
they've
get
already
locked
started
out of their games.
It's almost, well, I'll get into them in a minute, but with Helldivers, I was about to start going off on Ubisoft. UB bunch of bitches. It's Steam is not available in 170, or PSN is not available in 170 countries where Steam is available.
Oh shit.
So the people are pissed, obviously, because they're like, why are you just now telling us now? And they're like, well, it was in the fine print when you guys, yeah.
Fuck you.
And then they went, but
That seems like
If-
something important you should tell us.
Well, they apparently did, right? But then people came back and said, okay, if you knew this going into it, then why did you even bother selling this game in these 170 countries where the PSN is not available?
This is true.
So now, if you check the Steam reviews as of like today, they're positive reviews, positive, and then the chart just completely flips. And it's like, I think there was 80 something thousand reviews in the last, I don't know, however, people just being like, fuck you, fuck this bullshit. People saying, I have a level 90 Helldiver, which is, no, it's a big thing if you got that far, because that's a lot of hours, and you're going to tell me that you can't use it.
Oh, I've dumped well over 200 hours into this game, and now you're going to tell me I'm about to get locked out.
You told some, I think the Philippines is one of them, but you told the Philippines, some poor little dude that's like, this is all I got. All I got is spreading democracy, serving my liberty, trying to do what's best for Super Earth. It's the planet Super Earth.
Okay.
But it is spreading democracy.
I remember
one bullet
watching
at a time.
a trailer, and it seemed very what is it, Starship
Oh
Troopers?
no, it is
and I was like,
100%.
I'm doing my part.
Yeah,
I'm doing my part.
That's exactly.
Right.
It's. I mean, if you just want to see a great little cinematic opening, go look at the Helldivers 2 opening trailer. It is one of the best little 30-second propaganda video. I mean, democracy.
Man, speaking of spreading democracy.
You paused after spreading, so I was like, pause. All right, spreading democracy.
Oh my God. Have you heard about, like, so, we don't really get too big into politics here, but I found this hilarious. Like, have you heard this Trump trial shit that's going on?
No, because
Hold on.
I heard something about him falling asleep or something in court.
Yes.
Now is this the Stormy Daniels court case?
Yes, yeah. This is the one he apparently paid before the election, all that shit. That shit I don't care about. What I find hilarious is that people are like, he's falling asleep with his mouth just open. He's just sitting there in court, just like.
Well, he's almost 80 years old, right? I mean,
but see, what I love even better is his defense. Not that like I wasn't asleep. Oh, I was just closing my baby blue eyes, nice, and then taking it all in for an extended period.
Is that what he said?
I wasn't asleep. I was just resting my eyes and just allowing.
Allowing
Hey, look.
the information flowing in my head.
I was resting my eyes. I said, look, I'm tired of watching this. This is terrible. I can't watch this risk. So I closed my eyes and I decided to listen because I couldn't take watching it. It was a travesty what I was watching. So I had to listen instead.
so then why did he fart?
Yes, that's the other thing.
Because I did hear I heard about him. It was the farting.
The farting and sleeping.
This is where I'm like, I always take the news with a grain of salt because it said something about that he not only did he fart, but it was so putrid that the lawyers were
like they were
having a hard
disgusted.
time with the case or with the trial.
I mean, he's 80, and then if you hear all the rumors like he's on speed constantly, so that can make your asshole a little loose. So 80-year-old man falling asleep, sharting himself awake in court, I can believe that.
I mean, who?
Like I just hope it's true because it's just so funny to me. Because now all I do is I picture him in a meeting, and the Oval is like, "Hey, come in here. I need to talk about how to get Crooked Hillary out of here." And hey, that's me thinking about justice. Every time you hear that, yes, it's the rippling of justice going on in my mind. I just picture him just farting and talking and just acting like nothing's going. Because he's not. If he shits himself, he's not gonna acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Why would he? And so I just love the thought of just shitting and farting in court and then looking around and be like, I don't know what you smell. I don't smell anything. That's my new. I smell my cologne. My cologne smells amazing because it's very expensive. Because I only buy the most expensive colognes. And I'm just
He
like,
probably wears like British Sterling or something, or just old. What is that? Avon, Stetson? I don't know.
oh man.
But who hasn't had or seen an old person get the walking farts? Like
Yes.
everybody see.
Of
He's
course.
an 80-year-old Colin.
Yes.
I've had to go to jury duty three times, and I've wanted to fall asleep just sitting there.
Really?
Man,
I've been on the list. Never actually had to been called in for jury duty.
I've had the first one was a capital murder case.
Oh
I
shit!
was there all day.
Did you get dismissed or no?
Yes, because I just had my shoulder surgery, and they had, I think it was 75 people that they had.
Mhm.
I was like, what? This is my first time. I was like, what the fuck is going on? 75 people. They were interviewing us. I was there. It was like 4:30, something like that. And they called us in by number, and I was number 3, which is, I was like, that's my lucky number, number 3. They said, if you're 1, you're more likely to be picked. And if you're 75, you're least likely to be picked. I was like, I'm number 3. Fuck. So they said at the end, they were like, and it was, I think he'd been, his charges were like stabbing somebody 27 times or something like that.
Holy shit, Neal.
So then they said, does anybody have any reason why they think that they shouldn't be on this trial? And I raised my hand and said, yes. I'm supposed to be in physical therapy right now. I still had...
You had the cast on and everything?
Not the cast, but that sling.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm supposed to be in physical therapy today. I ripped my rotator cuff. I do not need to be here on a capital murder case trial, please. Luckily, they were like, they knew I wasn't bullshitting.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
look at the scars. And then the second one was, guy was charged. We have to be careful what we say on YouTube about this kind of.
I mean, you can say what he was charged
No,
with.
you can't say the R word. You can't say.
Oh, grape?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's one of the, it was we'll just say he was too old for something,
Oh,
and
okay.
she might have been a little bit younger. And I was like, no, because he looked like he fucking did it. Like I just saw him.
You went full Uncle Ruckus. He's like, no, I know he did it. He trying to use that.
He's guilty. I can see it on his face.
Now I got the rope right here.
Oh
my God.
And so I don't remember how I got out of that one. I think it was they asked you, can you safely say? I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then I passed that off. And then the third one I actually did get. It was some blonde chick that ran a guy off the road. And those 2 worst lawyers I'd ever seen in my life. Interrupting the judge was you could tell he was getting ready to retire, and he's like, I'm done with your bullshit. Like one dude came in 15 minutes late, some chick's phone went off, like they weren't asking questions. They just, he's like, can we just move it along?
This is the 2 most incompetent lawyers on this fucking case.
Yeah, some girl was trying to get from the left lane, exiting 30 from the bush to the 35.
Okay.
And she went in one fell swoop and hit a guy on the side, busted him into the wall. He was, yeah.
Oh shit.
I said, guilty. Okay. Well, before I forget.
Yes.
So we talked about Helldivers. Now let's talk about Ubisoft.
Okay.
So you want to talk about Helldivers being taken away from 170 countries.
Yes.
But what if you bought a game and it is your favorite game? We'll just say it was Barbie Horse Riding Adventures on the PS2. I know that's your favorite game.
With the special Pegasus package?
I don't maybe.
Okay.
And I came into your house one day and I took that game from you and said, you can't play this anymore. And that was it. How would that make you feel?
I'd be in a slight rage.
Yeah. So that's what they did with the game called The Crew. It was a racing game that was online only. And I believe not only did they shut the servers down, but they essentially removed it from everybody's library in general, that you couldn't even...
Did they make an announcement about it?
I mean, it was coming out that it was closing the servers, but it's like that's it. Your game's gone. Like it's done. You can never play it again. Doesn't matter what DLCs you bought, how much you paid.
Wait, even even if I want to do like one player or whatever, I get
No,
the servers. You
it
can't
was
do online
100%.
stuff.
It was 100% online only, which kind of at that expense, you kind of charging people for an online service, especially if you charge them $60, now $70 for a new game. That's horseshit. Because at any time you could just be like, hey, this game is not doing well. We're gonna close down the servers. Sorry about your damn luck. Like that. That's what it is. So then there's not only just that they've done, but they've got this new Star Wars game coming out. It's called Star Wars Outlaws. Don't give a shit. Doesn't look good. Don't care about it. But here's the bullshit about it. The base game is $70.
Okay.
Okay. The gold edition, which gives you a cosmetic speeder and a cosmetic something in the season pass, which I'm assuming is going to give you all DLCs, is $110. This is digital only. Like, this is just digital. The Ultimate Edition, after that, I think you get like 3 days early access or something too. $129.99 for the Ultimate Edition. It gives you 2 more cosmetics and a digital art book. What are
for the one above the one?
So you get the 2 things mentioned in the gold edition. So you still get the 2 cosmetics. It's just skins and the season pass. And then for another $20, they give you 2 more cosmetics and a digital art book.
I don't give a shit about it. Like, I get the season pass if the season pass gives you all DLC.
Well,
I get that being about 30.
do.
That's $30 more, 30 or $40 more. Because the base game is 70.
So I think it's either I think like now.
Wait, hold on. So we're
AAA
talking
companies are charging closer to
$60,
$70.
So I got to pay double the game for the extra DLC, unless the extra DLC gives me like another extra game worth of gameplay.
This is just including that as well. But the only additional items you are getting are cosmetics. So this is what
it's not giving you any guns or
no, not that I could see
power ups or anything.
Even then, it's like. You're talking 30. Okay, so the season pass is $30, but you're throwing in cosmetic shit, and then after that, you're not giving us anything else except for more cosmetic stuff for $130 for a game that looks like shit anyway. So that's what I'm saying. You're
upcharging on a shit product to begin with.
How about you put out just a good game every once in a while instead of, nickeling and diming us for a $5 fucking costume.
Dude, I've noticed that's happening with a lot of games lately. A lot of the big name games are either getting delayed or they come out and then it's like, okay, well here's like, $20 you can get this, 30 extra bucks you can get this, and such and such you can get this, and it's like, I don't know. I get tired of all the extra add-ons. Like, just give me the game. Just make it to where I can at least get the shit in the game without having to spend like an extra $50 on top of the $70 I'm already spending on the game.
It's greed, man. It always comes down to greed because if you look at the history of it, we're talking about going from here's a cartridge, this is the game, that's it, to then, we got into the PS3, PS4, and they're like, well, we can start doing DLC content and making expansions. Like, I mean, The Witcher, Dragon, like, we know what the fuck we're talking about. It adds more content to the game.
But I remember when expansions used to be anywhere from $10 to $12.
Right, but I'm saying you would get anywhere from, I don't know, 10 to 20 hours of additional content. Now it's the microtransaction of, do you want to have the Goku Super Saiyan hair in Fortnite? That'll be $4.99 or whatever it is for literal cosmetics.
I blame EA. EA kind of started this shit.
EA
was the first ones to start doing this. It's with like Madden, where it's like, oh, you can spend this much, get these kind of cards for stuff you can do during game, or spend this much and do this. Or like, I think it was EA started doing that with little shit here and there. which was the fucking dumbest thing in the world. And then I think they realized that, okay, we can make a little bit of money, and then it just spread to everywhere else.
Well,
because they were the
yeah.
first ones I remember seeing doing this.
But it's you can. It was that pay to win mentality. Is it gave people in certain games? I'm not saying Madden or whatever, but like there were certain games that you just like, oh, I could buy all this shit and just be the best,
Yep.
and I'm not cheating, but good fucking luck because I spent another $100 on these weapons and whatever that you can't afford. Haha, you know. It just all goes back to just simple greed and people going, we're just not gonna buy your shit.
Capitalism, Neal. Why are you hating on capitalism?
I'm not hating on it. I'm hating on AAA companies releasing dog shit and expecting us to keep buying it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, like, anyway, that's why I'm mad.
Well, speaking of shit, what, Neal? Why do you hate black animated television shows so much?
I don't hate black animated television so much. It's just, I know exactly what you're talking about because you're talking about the Good Times on Netflix
Yeah.
with BJ Smooth.
Yeah, JB Smooth.
JB Smooth, not
I think
BJ.
Godfrey's in there. Slink
Godfrey's-
Johnson.
Yeah.
A couple other people. Really good black.
But when
actors,
you
comedians in
told
there.
me, like, I grew up watching Good Times on reruns as a kid.
Oh yeah.
When you told me about this animated Good Times, I was like, that doesn't sound like Good Times at all.
Dude, I knew. I was like, what the fuck is this? When they showed the baby that the dad had kicked out the house for selling drugs, like out on the corner. I was like, he's in a stroller, out on the corner selling drugs, which they took from an old Dave Chappelle bit. Because if you remember, like Dave Chappelle,
Hey, baby,
exactly.
stop doing drugs.
Stop selling them drugs. He's like, I got kids to feed.
He's rolling down his limousine window. Yeah, I remember that bit. That was one of
Yes.
stop selling drugs.
So I mean, I was like, what? This is not good. Like they got talking roaches. Like it's wild. Like it is nothing like Good Times.
I don't, as a Caucasian person. For those of you that didn't know, this Neal is Caucasian. If I had pitched that concept to anybody, my career would be over because it has some of the, like, in the first 5 minutes, I was like, God dang. I think she mentioned Popeye's coupons.
Yep.
There was talking roaches, lived in the projects. There was the hair ladder.
Yeah. They
Made
had
out
a
of
hair ladder. Yeah, for the stairs, because the stairs were broken, so they had to take a whole bunch of weaves and tie them all together to make a little ladder to get up and down the floors.
Yeah.
So hold on. Here's a crazy thing. So now, who do you think are the producers of this show?
I mean, would I know who they are?
Oh, yes, you will.
Are they white or black? Please tell me they're black. They have to be black.
Steph Curry,
Okay.
Seth MacFarlane.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait,
Which explains why
Steph,
there's so
like-
many musical numbers in the show, too.
Wait,
Like Family Guy, Seth
No,
MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane, but you said Steph Curry.
And Steph Curry.
Like the Golden State Warriors?
Yes,
Steph Curry?
Neal.
Well,
yes.
speaking
The basketball player and the Family Guy.
Yeah, speaking of that, it's funny transition into that. Apparently, right before we started recording, he's requested a trade from the Warriors.
Really?
Yeah. I saw Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN and ESPNnews.com. I don't know if this is fucking on it. Anyway, yeah, so I could see the Seth MacFarlane, but now I'm even like, ugh.
Yeah. Well, see,
Because you know, like that. If you watch Family Guy, there's a lot of jokes
Yeah.
that you're like, ugh. But I don't know how I feel about because it was a white fan.
here's what I will say. I have figured out how to watch the show though. You got to watch it from a different lens because you watch it expecting like the name fucks the show up to me.
Because it's not good times at all.
No, now they get into some of the same stuff that they used to get into with Good Times, but the way they do it throws you off so much because
Yeah.
it's so wild and so much crazier than actually Good Time, the original Good Times was, that it just throws you off. I look at it as, okay, this is mainly like an animated version of PJs. And if you remember PJs,
because
the Eddie
PJ's
Murphy
was,
show.
claymation.
Yeah, it was claymation.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy. I mean, they had all the same stereotypes. They're in the projects. They had wild shit. Dudes living in dumpsters. All that shit. But it was funny, and nobody really found it very offensive.
No, it
Like
was
they
fun.
had crazy
Yeah.
shit in there, but it wasn't really that offensive.
Not too bad, but this is just like
But if you look at it, animated PJs changes your complete perspective on
it
it.
would if you called it PJs and you just did it animated and not,
You take that same
yeah.
show, change it from Good Times to PJs, I guarantee you nobody has a problem.
all you have to do is just stand his hair up and that's PJs.
Yep.
Now if you did All in the Family
Oh shit!
animated like that,
I would. Oh, is it wrong that I would love to see an animated All in the Family?
but it'd have to be black people doing
no,
it. No,
Neal.
you can't get away
Neal,
with it.
No, I need
You
to
gonna
see
turn the camera off
white
hanging on the table.
animated
Oh, that's
All
true.
in the. I need to see Archie Bunker.
No, I'm saying they got to be white animated.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it
yeah,
has
yeah,
to
yeah.
be done by
By
black people.
I mean, you got to have a few white people
well, you do.
on the writing staff.
No. I mean like written and produced by
Nah. Yeah, maybe.
Childish Gambino. I don't know.
Childish
Well, let the-
D.L. Hughley presents All in the Family.
Now you got to get a
Dr.
cool-
Umar presents All in the Family.
Nah. Well, you're going the wrong
I
color.
know,
I'm like,
I know.
that show wouldn't make any sense at all. You're like, this is not what I remember All in the Family at all.
Shit.
But who would be? You'd have to get a cool white. Like you'd have to get a
Gary Owen.
Bill Burr,
Yep. Ooh,
Uh,
white dude from Power.
Tommy.
The dude who plays Tommy
Gary
from Power.
Owen's cousin.
There you
They
go.
look a lot
Actually,
alike.
You know who could do it really well? The guy. Oh shit. He does a lot of Barstool Sports stuff. He's got the little
That's
little
a lot of
fro
white people.
white guy. Very Boston accent. Oh shit. He's got a show on Netflix called, I think, like Atypical.
Oh no.
Hold on. I'm gonna get it here in 2 seconds. Give it to me. Give
Michael
it to me.
Rappaport.
Yes.
Oh, that's who I just threw him out.
Yeah, Michael Rappaport, All in the Family.
You should have said Fallout. We just
He
watched
was in
Fallout.
fucking Fallout. Yeah, I forgot. Yes, but
Spoiler alert.
yeah, but could you see Michael Rappaport as Archie Bunker?
The hell the TV turned on.
But could you not see Michael Rappaport as playing an Archie Bunker character? I could.
Where were they from? Like where was the show?
Chicago, maybe?
Because I mean, Michael Rappaport. I thought he was
Boston.
from New York. Is he not?
I think he's a Boston guy.
No.
Oh yeah, he's from Manhattan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, bro. He's New York ride or die from.
Hold on.
And Spike Lee, Michael Rappaport, Spike Lee. Let's do All in the Family
Oh, yes.
with. Make Jamie Foxx Archie Bunker. That'd be.
Interesting take.
No.
No, I want to keep it like somewhat. So, here's what you get. You get Michael Rappaport, and then you get what's her name who played Peg from
Katie Seagal.
Seagal. Katie
Seagal?
Seagal.
Is it Seagal or Seagal? It's funny you brought that up. I just watched a video with her and Kurt Sutter talking about Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yeah, she was great in Sons of Anarchy.
Well, she's married to Kurt Sutter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They were talking about the show
Oh, okay.
with somebody. I can't remember his name. He played Lex Luthor in Smallville.
Oh, yeah. I know what you do.
Yeah, he does a podcast.
Mhm.
I like his podcast. It's really good. He's had people on and like dug into some, like tell us what it was like shooting the movie. Blah, blah, blah. No, he's like, so what happened between you and Chevy on? He was talking
On Community, talking
Yeah.
to what's his name?
Joel McHale.
Yeah, Joel McHale. Because
like
apparently Chevy's hard to work with and kind of a complete dick.
I could show you one SNL skit, and you'd be like, I wouldn't want to work with that guy.
Oh shit.
Him and the Richard Pryor one.
Yes.
Try to get away with that shit today.
Oh man, man. We keep on bringing up stuff that we have not talked to each other about, but I was literally talking to somebody about that specific skit not too long ago with the one of the parents at the.
I was really like, when somebody showed me that the first time, I went, that was not on TV, was it?
Yes, it was.
They were like, no, it was that. That's how it.
70s, man. You can get away with that shit.
I don't recall in a sketch comedy like that. I don't recall them. I get it, man. Like on TV shows, I get it. It was a lot like, but it was portraying prior eras of when it did happen. But like in a setting, I guess I thought the 70s was not on the TV like that.
Bro.
No, I'm not saying that racism was not around.
No. I'm not saying that. I was like, bro, the standards in the 70s and early 80s, so different. Like, if you think about like Jaws, technically, I think Jaws was rated PG back in the day.
I thought it was R.
I think when it first came out, it was like PG. And there are tits in Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at the time it was rated PG. And it came out in what, like 83 or something like that?
No, I get no. I get what you're saying. I'm saying
Like the standards of shit they would allow on movies and TV back then, man, are so different.
I guess what I'm saying is, if you're doing a historical movie where it's unfortunately that time period and it's said, okay, right, but to be at I think it was a job interview in 70 whatever it was, for that to be on NBC, I was like, wow, they could really push the envelope back then.
I mean, the Jeffersons on the Jeffersons was on, I think, network TV, and dude was saying nigga a few times on network TV sitcom.
But was it who was saying it in the show?
It was what's his name? Whoever the dude who played the Jeffersons.
Okay, because I'm saying like
it was a black dude dropping in bombs.
Chevy was the one that said
this is
it,
also true.
Not Richard.
Oh man.
Speaking of beef, because they did have beef, Chevy and Richard Pryor.
Yes.
Apparently, you can pull it up on YouTube. Just look at Richard Pryor and Chevy Chase. Richard Pryor didn't give a fuck who he was.
Yeah.
And it showed. Anyway, you got real giddy about this. You were saying, you were right. I'll tell you later. So we were talking about, you asked me if I had heard about Kendrick Lamar and Drake.
Yes.
So all I've heard about it is that they got beef going on. I don't care what anybody says. I'm on Team Kendrick, because I've had my suspicions about Drake with some shit before. So I'm trying to see if this is what it's in relation to. They got into it. They're doing diss tracks.
Yes.
And the last thing is Kendrick's calling him out on.
So, dude, he's calling him out on a bunch of shit. So, like, apparently they had been sending some, like, everybody's calling it subliminals, so alluding to stuff. I never caught it until Kendrick came out and said some shit in some song with Future. But now, so Drake,
Kendrick, who was already hinting at something about Drake.
Apparently they were both kind of hinting at stuff against
but it
each
was
other.
real low key. Nobody could, unless you really knew.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then Kendrick came out on a song basically coming out after Drake and J. Cole. J. Cole's like, he tries to drop a diss track and is immediately like, yeah, that's not me. I don't really like that. I want out of this. I don't want to beef, bro. I'm sorry. You can say whatever you want. I'm good.
So J. Cole said this to Drake.
No, he said this to Kendrick. Because Kendrick tried to
Okay.
come back with the diss track. J. Cole tried to come back with a diss track on Kendrick Lamar. It was not very good. And in concert, he was like, yeah, I didn't really like it when I was doing it. The track didn't come out good. I'm out of this beef. I'm sorry, Kendrick. You can take all the shots you want. I'm done with this.
And did Kendrick keep coming back at him, or did he
as
just
far
be
as I've
like-
seen, he's kind of made one or two lines about J. Cole, but not really. Like, and everybody was calling J. Cole a straight up bitch because he backed
dropped
out of
out.
Yeah, but I'm just like, if you listen to J. Cole songs or albums, he's not about that life. He's not that dude who talks shit or talks trash to people. So I was like, I don't really give a shit about hearing a diss track from
if
him.
you really look at like J. Cole's lyrics, there's deeper
Yes.
Like, there's messages and stories to what he's saying.
Absolutely. He is
And
a
he's
positive.
Well, he's just a different
uplift-
style
yeah.
of like.
He's not on a bunch of
Artist.
negative shit and talking shit about people. That's not
Yeah.
what he does.
Sometimes people stick to a shtick, and maybe he's just like, look, I write shit down, I make it good,
Yeah.
and I do my thing. I ain't trying to be about that.
Well,
Mm.
Drake said, I'm all about this. So he comes out with like, I think one song called Push Ups.
But why? Okay, hold on. I gotta back up.
Oh, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it.
So, but what? J.
What?
Cole and Kendrick were at it about
Oh,
what?
okay. No, not really. So what happened was Drake and J. Cole did a song together where in the song they talk about the big three. And J. Cole is like, everybody's talking about the big three biggest guys in rap. Is it Kendrick? Is it Drake? Or is it him? And so that's what he was kind of talking about.
So
and
he
so
felt
Kendrick came
disrespected.
and was like,
Yeah.
nah, ain't no fucking big three. It's just big me. I'm the biggest motherfucker in this rap game. I am the best rapper basically in this song. Fuck all of y'all, kind of deal. And so that's kind of what Kendrick went at.
Okay.
Drake turns around, drops 3 songs. He drops one song called Push Ups, which was actually it was pretty good. And then he drops another song. Apparently, I haven't listened to it, but everybody say he used AI to make it some AI song. And then he puts out like another song after that. Kendrick turns around and he drops 3 songs right after that. Like he drops, I think, one called Euphoria, another one called 616, and another one called Not Like Us. At the same time this is happening, fucking Rick Ross jumps in and he drops a diss track about Drake. And as this is happening, Quavo and Chris Brown start dropping diss tracks at each other.
So it's
Yes,
just
dude.
a season
It just-
of like,
it just
well,
sparked.
if he's gonna do it, then I got beef with this motherfucker. Let me throw this shit down.
Yes. And man, Chris Brown's Quavo diss track, fucking good.
I
Legit.
can't.
I'm just saying,
I
people
can't,
forget Chris
man.
Brown can rap.
I know, but I can't. Like, there's just, I can't listen to him shit anymore. After the whole Rihanna thing, it's kind of like there's just certain artists because of what they've done. I'm just like, I ain't fucking with you.
So
anymore.
it's funny you say that because in one of the diss songs Quavo put out for Chris Brown, he put out this animated picture of him. So there was this paparazzi picture of Chris Brown. Looked like he was playing with this chick like at his house or something like that, but he has his hands on her throat.
Huh?
Yeah, and it looks like he's like kind of looks like they're choking her, like he's choking her. But he was like, Chris Brown came out later and said, "Yeah, we were just playing around." If you see the more pictures, it looks like they're playing around. But Quavo puts out a picture of his diss track, and it's of Quavo in that same position, but Chris Brown is the one being fucking
shit.
choked. Okay, but
All right,
back
so
to
yeah,
the
so
Kendrick.
Chris-
Back to
so-
Kendrick.
so
So Kendrick comes
Kendrick
out and
put
he's
out
well,
diss
let
tracks.
me start out.
Yeah.
Rick Ross puts out his diss track before Kendrick Lamar puts out his. And in it, he's basically talking shit about Drake, but he keeps calling him white boy the entire time. He calls
Rick
him
Ross
white.
keeps calling Drake white boy.
Yes, calling Drake white boy. A shit ton of the track. It's kind of funny. And so then Kendrick comes out with him, and he's basically like, nobody in the industry likes you. Like, and I mean, when he gets personal, he got like, person was like, we don't like you as a person. You are not a good father, or you are not good as a man. Like, you need to reevaluate your life or whatever. Nobody around here likes you, or you're bullshit. Like, and then, yeah, dude. And then in one of them, he starts calling him, basically talking about how Kendrick starts calling him out for hanging out with these chicks that are way too young for him to be hanging out with. And he's like, you are fucking too damn old to fucking be hanging out with these young ass girls. Half of them ain't even fucking old enough and shit. And which when I heard the line, I can't remember the bar, but when he said it, I was like, Neal has been calling this out for so long. Ever since that Millie Bobby Brown shit came out, where he was hanging out with her when she was like 15, 16, Neal's been like, this dude's weird. This dude's fucking weird. And apparently, everybody in the industry has been talking about it, but Drake's too famous and too big for people to actually like say shit in public.
Okay, let me say why I said what I said. I don't know, but there was the Millie Bobby Brown.
There's been other models. Yep.
All right, let's say I give you the benefit of the doubt on Millie Bobby Brown. They know each other because of the entertainment industry, yada, 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 whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I know damn good and well if I had a 15, 16-year-old daughter that was in the entertainment industry like that and some 30-something-year-old man was hugging on her like that and taking a picture, I don't what?
Yeah. Well, I'm just
Oh,
like,
I thought you were like you don't know what picture I'm talking about.
no,
Like,
no. I'm just like, no, that shit's
Yeah.
not happening. Like, you give the church hug. Like once
You
you
better
like,
not be posing for no picture
it's-
like that with my daughter.
It's a church hug. You give them the one arm
Yeah.
side hug.
Yeah.
And like where you go hip to hip, like ain't now part of your pelvis or crotch gonna be touching on, like it's just side of the hip, boom. Like this is the hug. These are the pictures you're getting. Like in no way am I going like two arms or getting
it was
no.
like like he's never gotten past his Nickelodeon days of age. Like he's still looking for them. But
Surviving Drake.
it wasn't the only one.
No.
There was the model girl.
Yep.
And they were like, well, she's 18. What does it matter? I was like, oh, because he did the same picture 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she wasn't 18 then.
Yes. And so-
Come on, man.
Oh yeah, like Kendrick goes off on him. He attacks him like real personal shit on him. Basically, apparently nobody in the industry likes him. Nobody in the industry really thinks he's like real. They think he's like fake as fuck. Apparently, and it's oh man, it's crazy. I don't know. I just love it because it's been so long since I've seen a rap beef that I actually gave a shit about. And the good part about this one is that unlike back in the early 2000s or 90s, I don't have to worry about people getting fucking shot. Like
I don't
nobody's Drake. I don't see Drake like going full Pac and rolling up on somebody that's close to Kendrick and stomping him out. Like I don't see that from Drake.
Yeah.
I don't even see that from Kendrick Lamar. So, and then I think in one of his, he was making fun of Drake for like the plastic surgery abs that he has, and all. Man, it's.
But see, nowadays, like back then, it was like, yeah, oh, he said this, and it would be like 2 days later, he said this. But nowadays, it's like a motherfucker can get on TikTok and just be like, hey, I'll be here. You come up. Let's just handle this shit. But ain't nobody gonna do that. They're gonna put it into diss tracks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing too. Like back in the day, you had to worry about rap beefs just because, like, you know, people would run into each other like on the street because there would be like, you know, Source Awards, BET Awards. There'd be like all sorts of shows or events that you'd have to run into each other at. But nowadays, like nobody's is like running into each other and getting an actual physical contact. And nobody's, I think for the most part, most entertainers are straight up bitches because you're not going to actually fight anybody. There's the amount of actual like rappers and entertainers that are actually down to throw hands with somebody is very, very small. And the amount of guys who talk about it, very big. There's like a very few guys that'll actually like not and by throwing hands, I mean like, no, I'm gonna have one of my guys go, I'm gonna fuck you up. No, they themselves
bodyguards.
will fuck you up. Like there's very few guys who themselves will actually, you know, walk up on you and press you about stuff.
And I think Kendrick Lamar is like 5'5".
Yeah, I don't get Kendrick. Yeah, I don't see Kendrick like rolling up on somebody and trying to fuck them up like that. But Kendrick's, I don't know, he's never really given me that kind of vibe anyway. So
I think there's something like something's gonna come out if they keep going with it because Kendrick Lamar doesn't seem the type to. He's like, I will. What was that line that he said?
Don't tell lies
about me.
I will tell truths about you.
And I won't. Yeah, and that's like.
Oh, dude! Like, and so over the course of those songs, he just starts dropping little shit about Drake here and there, just like, oh well, hey, there's this, you did this. Apparently, they called him to try to be on that first-person shooter song that Drake and J. Cole were on. Apparently, they wanted him on there, but he was like, I don't fucking like you. And so, no, I'm not going to be. And like in one of the songs, he's like, I hate how you walk. I hate how you talk. I hate how you do this. I hate the women you like. I hate loves. It's crazy.
Maybe he really just
he truly
doesn't like. He just like, I just don't like you. Like,
yes,
stay the fuck away from me. Mind your business.
It's great. And then
stay away from me.
The best part, I think, of the last one I heard, that song that's Not Like Us. basically talking about how everybody thinks he's a clown. Everybody thinks he's like, he does some bullshit. And in the song, he basically goes, "You can't say nigga no more." And like he basically was like, "We don't want you to even say nigga no more." And like, because apparently there's been rumored like the way he says it or tries to force it in conversation, it comes out weird. And then there's a video of him saying it, but when he says it, he drops a hard R for like no reason, and you're like, "Ooh,
So he's just,
what?"
So
Drake?
it all goes back to just a fake persona. Just
Apparently, he is a fake dude. In one of his bars, Kendrick is like, "You thought all the money and fame would keep you from being you," and you're just like, "Shit, bro." Damn, man, why you got to make him feel bad like that?
well,
But yeah,
we'll see what happens because
Yes.
I'm interested to see if Kendrick's got stuff like that can expose some of the accusations.
Oh, like that. Well, maybe. I'm sure somebody does. I mean, I guarantee you at some point it will come out. It'll be kind of like a surviving Drake, or
Oh,
it'll be kind of
shit.
whereas. I mean, the same dude who got, I think. Oh, he had that no, it wasn't paternity thing.
He had the condom thing.
Yeah, he had the condom
Yeah.
thing with chicks. Like apparently, he just has been doing wild shit with women for a
Well,
long time anyway.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt with the condom thing because I
Yeah.
thought that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Because you know what we're talking about, a girl he slept with took a condom out of the trash, was trying to use it to get pregnant, and he had put hot sauce in the condom, and it burned her cooch.
Yep.
She sued Drake, and I think she's gonna probably win that too.
Yeah, because
Or
he
if she had not.
knowingly, and now hearing all this shit that Kendrick's been talking about in this song and stuff like that, it's calling him a manipulator, all this stuff. He's like, he may have done that shit intentionally.
Man, maybe.
He
don't know.
might have known she was gonna do it, and was like, I got this bitch, and oh man,
I could
But-
see it. I could see it.
I don't know. I'm just excited to see where it goes because I don't know. It seems like Drake. This will be the second beef Drake has lost, and I just want to see because the when he lost to Pusha T didn't really affect his career. So I'm wondering if he comes with somebody who's even bigger than Pusha T and loses this one, is that gonna affect it?
I don't think so. I think Drake is established enough to where he's got enough fuck around money. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Like if anything, I guess does happen to him, but I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, but getting exposed. I mean, there's been a number
Oh,
of
if
guys.
if allegedly
Yeah,
this is a real thing, we won't have to worry about it because he's gonna go to prison.
that's also true.
So, well, you heard it here first, folks.
Yes.
Keep your daughters, hide your kids, hide your wife.
Don't let him hang out with Drake.
Allegedly. All
Yes.
right. Thank you, everybody. Hit that subscribe and like button.
Yes.
Don't fucking
Like,
okay.
share, subscribe, sign up for all that kind of stuff.
That shit. All right.
Peace.